managed to get all your snacks and drinks and everything, because we're going to be diving into the first map. It's going to be Ancient sAw versus Pompa. Let's get into the action.
Looking forward to seeing what Pompa are going to be able to show for us here. As I said before the break, they've had a lot of success locally, but they've really struggled to get a foot in the more international tournaments. And this was Let Them Cook. They got dropped out in season 45 in the lower brackets.
Oh, well, right off the bat, going to be able to take down MUTiRiS. Looking to find some more, but it's going to be Blitz finding one before Story. Able to delete him off the server. Now, Pompa going to be able to get on site. As I was discussing with you, Sam, earlier, as soon as they get the bomb down, that's just such an easy second buy round. So it's a good foothold for Pompa right off the bat on their map pick as well. This retake is important. No defuse kit, though. I'm not sure where that would have been, because Story has $200 in the bank. They don't have time here. They have to get the kills very quickly. bnox is able to find one. The trade's going to be coming out. arroz pushes on in, finds the kill. Two left, over towards the ramp position. Defuse looking to come through. Story, he has to hold this now. He can't let it go, but he does. Back on it again, but he's run out of time, so they have to save.
Oh, that's terrible. I mean, you've got to have faith in your teammates. You've got to have faith that he's going to cover you. If you don't, this is what happens. You end up with a round that you shouldn't have lost. That's heartbreaking. I mean, that retake was fantastic, and arroz does so much there with the dualies, making so much space so that Story can try to go for that defuse, and the trust isn't there, and that's a problem. Hopefully, you know, maybe it's just a slight communication thing, and as we carry on, it'll get better, but you don't want to be seeing those mistakes being made, and as you mentioned, with Pompa getting the bomb down, there's a nice, pretty healthy buy for them, all things considered here.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of standard CS2 at the moment from what I've seen. And, you know, until the economy gets changed up, it's just going to be the kind of meta here. You get the bomb down, you're going to have a really good time in the following round, even if you all die, even if you lose the round. Because they won the round, it's just going to make it even more easier. arroz has picked up the deagle. They can pick up a kill here or there, that would be fantastic, but it's going to be a big ask. ewjerkz going to be the first one sort of meeting head-on with these players. Takes a bit of damage, nothing to really shout about, because this should definitely be around for Pompa. So we look at the economy here, Sam. We are looking at a third round buy from sAw. But it's going to be so difficult for them, because Pompa are just going to be building up their economy. That if they don't get punished in this round, they're just going to have a massive amount of bank going forward. At least they'll save a deal and some armor on arroz, I guess. Which means he can definitely buy with the rest of his teammates. MUTiRiS is going to be slightly lower. ewjerkz too. Missing a couple $100. So utility might be a bit bad. So I think we need to watch out, Sam, for how many flashes they get for re-entries into sites.
Yeah, in a bit of a tight spot at the moment. I will say, Ancient is so much brighter on CS2. Like, is that just me?
No, I mean, every single map on CS2 is, because they've essentially put the contrast up 20%. Oh my god!
Ooh.
Nice. Oh. Okay, well, they both die, but they managed to do the damage. That is so much more important, actually.
Yeah.
Because now there has to be a full buy-in from a couple of these players. They'll still have some spare money in. You can see Biley actually dropped to AK over to Blitz, I think it was. And just because you were talking about the map, if in this area they're in now, you see that algae on the floor, that fully interacts with players when they're walking around through it. It's very nice and pretty.
That's really cool. I dig new CS. I like it. I'm glad we're here. Still going to be happy with doing some of that economic damage, forcing a pretty hefty reinvest. Org on the board. I'm here for it. I love it. Alongside the AWP. Story with a pretty high risk buy here. We'll see if it pays off. You were talking about how many flashes they're going to have. Like, none.
Yeah. I love that, though. Biley chucking down the nade, being able to see through that smoke, finding the kill, and morale's from above. Pompa. And morale's rather, and especially, is trying to take what I said about him at the start of this this broadcast and shove it down my throat. It's like, I am a good player. Bugger off. ewjerkz from behind, guns in with a double kill. That is big. The bomb is on rotation. A 1v2 was essentially a 1v4, so is at least halved and doubled his chance. But no flashes, as you were saying, Sam, so this re-entrance is going to be really hard. And the fact that he's only got a single smoke, but he's going to come through A main. And AWP is going to be there, but he's just stomping around. Oh, he knows where the player is. He has got a smoke. Is he going to use it, though? That's the real question. He's not going to be using it at a far distance one, so instead he chucks it down, peeks a little bit too early. I think he was a bit screwed there either way. I think he had to smoke him off in Temple. Yeah,
a bit of an unfortunate one. I really think that the AWP buy was premature. They really didn't have a lot of utility to back anything up. Any sort of, you know, re-entries, re-aggressors. They took an aggressive position as well, and they didn't have anything to back that up, and Pompa just kind of mowed through them. And sure, Story does get 1 kill for himself in that round, but he's very quickly traded out. So it didn't really make the impact that they wanted.
That's what he said there, but CZ from ewjerkz is pushing on through. Unfortunately, he goes down, but MUTiRiS with the 5-7 is going to be able to find one. Some damage there, Sam, but it's not enough. You find 1 kill. Don't recover a gun. Especially with the fact that, obviously, a CZ is so expensive. You get so little return. It's $100 per kill, if I remember correctly. Story is going to be in a decent position, but pre-peaked. Wiley is very much an old school player here. He knows what he's doing. Ooh, second kill coming through, and that's going to be an AK picked up. Very low HP. Even more so if he tried to push through that fire.
They're still trying to hunt him.
Imagine they don't want him to get away with anything here.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the last time they almost let Arroz save, he got 2 dinks for the deagle and forced him to have to heavily reinvest. So maybe they're going to play this one a little bit more carefully. I mean, Arroz was somebody that I mentioned at the start. You know, the very, very first game that we saw him play with sAw, he was a little underwhelming, but definitely seems to be on form today. To be fair, it was months ago that we saw that. 5 months, in fact.
You'd hope there was some improvement, yeah.
100%. And of course, I suppose you don't pick up a new player without good reason. So sometimes you have an off day. These things do happen. But today, he is on point. Unfortunately, not enough so far. As sAw, I mean, they've lost 4 rounds in a row already. They're going to be able to rebuy in now. And now with the AWP on the field, but with some decent util as well. So this is far more robust. It's far more doable. 1 kit on them. So they need to just keep an eye on where that is, where it's roaming, in case that player dies.
Don't be a loser, blind fuser. As the old saying goes. Oh, good nade damage there. Delivered right to the face of Bialy. Soften up the targets for later on. So we need to keep an eye on where that diffuse kit goes, like Sam was saying. I like how they've managed to slow a lot of this down on the side of sAw. What I don't like is the extra investment into the head armor on 3 other players. I might, people might get at me like, why are you being so finicky? Like in a game in CS2, especially with only a MR12 on the CT side, you have to save every bit of money you can. And considering their utility stance at the moment, they could have bought an extra flash or so. Good kill from ewjerkz though. Morales goes down. That means they can take over this ramp position a little bit more. Pompa. They've only managed to really come into this mid position now. 45 seconds left on the clock. Gonna have to keep going down, and the stab coming in from Donut could have come through, but instead it's going to get smoked off. That allows them to carry on pushing. Arrows. The man of the kit. Is the man with the aim, though? That's going to be the real question. It might be bad timing. They're going to be pushing up here. Oh, he sees the gun tip. He aims. He takes 2 of them down. Double headshot. This lad is going mad. Exactly what we want to be seeing from him. A blitz over towards the B site. Has found an opening. Kills Roman. bnox playing defensively is waiting. He's only got 8 seconds. He has to just stay alive now. There's just nothing he can do. What a perfect play from Arroz. AWP is found though. Good upgrade. I was gonna have to try and stay alive here. Does find the kill after time there, Sam.
Ooh. Hate. Unless you saw, of course. I mean, to be fair, Pompa does a lot of damage on the exit. You managed to get a couple of kills out there. And saw to have to. So even though they won the round, it's not the situation they wanted to be in. You know, you mentioned a couple times about how much more difficult the economy can be for the CT side. And there you go, ewjerkz. Even though they've won that last round, he's going to be down on it from us because limited cash to work with. That being said, 2 of Pompa's players have got Tech 9. So, ooh.
Oh my god, right off the bat, straight down into his position. Being able to find those 2 kills is crucial. And well, friend is able to find one. Roman goes down, sent packing. 3v4 Sam. This is definitely recoverable, right?
I mean, now that the Tech 9's out of the way. Oh, but look at how sAw have, like, swarmed to this deep position on the B site. In fact, way out into B main. So little map space for sAw here. And I mean, bomb is still kind of hovering towards B, so this is going to be very difficult.
It's going to really come down to bnox exploring towards the A side, but never mind, he's not going to have to because friend finds an open and ewjerkz is dropped. The nade on Story could find its mark though. He has rotated over towards B. All he needs to do is chuck that down at the right time towards ramping and finding 1 or 2 kills. Instead, the fadeaway shot, the nade to follow up, may well just be able to find its mark. It does indeed, along with the damage on bnox. Perfectly placed. Position now noted for this player. He's not going to expect ewjerkz to be so close and personal. Gets the kill. The bomb is sent flying. Good round. Good recovery from sAw.
Yeah, I mean, when I think back to round 3, they did buy in. Rifles across the board with the AWP, but very limited utility to actually work with. Then, okay, so they lose a couple more rounds, come into the next, buy in again, but properly, robustly, have that utility, have a decent bit of armor as well. They're able to slow down Pompa, stall out their aggression. There you go, that's 2 rounds back-to-back. Pompa now down onto pistols, and with the new economy, half buys, not really something you can afford to do. You gotta go straight for that eco, because a double eco in MR12 is deadly.
Yeah, it's gonna take me a while to get used to this system. Played a decent amount of it in the beta, but it's definitely a bit wild. Arrozdoce's gonna be in a good position to spray them down, finds 2 kills. They're gonna be pushing him low. Luckily, he managed to get a reload off. Peeks back in. Friend with a double headshot. The Huandigs coming alive in this match. Go for the gun instead. He's holding. He wants to make sure they know he's still present here. Able to pick up a rifle. In a moment, he picks up the bomb first. Runs out of bullets. Misses his shot. Would have had to get a collateral headshot there to really stand much of a chance anyway, so... Damage is done, though. They managed to take down 2 of the players.
Definitely going to be something that they are somewhat happy with. Not the best outcome for Pompa still. But doing a little bit of that damage. Oh man, arrows with the AUG again. I'm such a fan of the AUG. I don't know why. There's just something about it that makes me happy. Whenever I see it come out onto the board. It's a warm and fuzzy feeling. Pompa not going to be able to buy into their AWP. They had their eco. They come back in. Rifles blazing. Can they make something happen? Oh!
Okay. Good amount of damage at the start. We love those nades. I do like the B presence. But they're going to have to find a lot more than this. Imagine we'll need to see a switch up from Pompa very soon on them playing a little bit more aggressive over towards A, at least having an anchor, or rather a lurker over towards the A main position. Unsettle sAw's current position. Nades utility coming in. Smoke's going to be coming off Roman. He's going to be able to sit here for a moment, waiting for them. Flasher could come through push, but instead, it's going to be on Viali finding the opening kill, pushing on in towards CT. The trade comes in, but back and forth it goes. Viali's still going to be playing aggressive here. Nades coming in, doing even more damage, but no kills. Never mind, MUTiRiS. I spoke too soon. He finds the kill. On they go out with the AUG. weapon choice, but it's going to work. He hits the headshot, speaking around the corner, playing super aggressive. The flash doesn't come through, but he does. Gets taken down. Rouse does a good job, but now he's the last one left alive with low HP. Story, he's just playing aggressive. He's holding to this position. The flash is used. He knows where he is, but instead, he's lost him. He's coming around the corner. Eventually, the ring around the roses, or whatever it's saying is, eventually ends, and he's able to find the tail end of that player.
I must say, like, while that smoke was up and everybody was, like, wandering around trying to find where... I barely knew where anyone was. And I realized I could have just looked at the minimap, but I was so engrossed with what was happening, you know, in the player POV. Sneaks out of the smoke. And unfortunately, doesn't realize Ships in the Night went straight past one of the SAW players and gets taken out. That is rough. Pompa were feeling confident off the back of those first 4 rounds, but SAW have very quickly brought things back into their favor. And Pompa, having just had a eco round, forced into another.
Indeed. Oh, Roman's going to be in a good position here, but chucks the molly a little bit further down. He doesn't quite realize this player is right next to him until both those flash smokes are going to be coming through. Story helps out his teammate to save the day, but instead a Tech9 comes through, misses too many shots, finds 1 kill. bnox backs away. Now as through the smoke is able to find the kill. Now bnox picks up the AWP. Oh, he can't run away with it though.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Would have been cool, but unfortunately not to be. 5th round here for SAW. Is that?
Nothing. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I don't worry, to be honest. I barely listen to what you say anyway.
Neither do I.
That's fair. The org is back. Oh, this makes me so happy. Like, clearly this is their equivalent of like a lower, can't really, or don't really necessarily want to put a big spend or whatever. But, I mean, he's making it work, which makes me so happy. Pompa struggling to find it in here. SAW's map control has been so good.
Yes, this is definitely a CT-sided map, and as I say that, ewjerkz finds 1, but the trades, they come in thick and fast. Marley doesn't stand a chance, though. Doesn't quite realize that this all players playing super aggressive. Now, over towards B, Roman. He's the last real hope here. The molly doesn't quite go as deep as it needed to. He's going to get pushed. Arrows. Playing deep hit. Position. Finds the kill, but does take a lot of damage. The bomb. Still coming up over towards B. The smoke should dissipate rather soon. Oh, there we go. They make the smart choice, make the way over towards A instead. The timing's going to work out for them just on this front. They do have a smoke.
Interesting molly. Like, there's no way he would have been there in time, but fair enough.
Oh my god, he catches them off guard. If he had actually seen Friend there, he would have been able to protect himself using the box, but instead, I think the smoke was covering up his sight lines just a bit too much.
Yeah, this is where that trigger discipline really comes into play, right? Like, you see that player, he's got his back turned, take a second, check the sight, see if there's another, you know, danger in the near vicinity. But, you know, you panic. It's 1v2. You gotta make something happen. And unfortunately, gets the kill, but gets traded out. Oh, Lord, Arrows. I mean, I feel like Arrows is just, like, speed running all of the guns in the game right now.
Oh, Arrows with the Mag 7. I love it. Use it more. Only gets 1 kill, but the damage is done. Now the recovery has to come through, and the MP9 does a lot of damage, but no dice, no kill. MUTiRiS denied as well. Now there's ewjerkz. Roman, last one left alive. Very little in the way of utility, even less so now, with Roman last one standing. I think exit kills would be good, but he goes for the spray. He does 100 damage, but across 2 players.
Oof. I mean, this is great, because you and I know that for the majority of this half, A site has been relatively unguarded.
Yep.
Pompa figure that out. They go, you know what? Let's go A. See what happens there. Because all of the presence are usually mid to B, which is where Pompa have historically been. You know, it's SAW kind of responding to them. This time around, Pompa, after all that conditioning, they go, yep, we're going to hit A. Now we hit last round in the half, and this is not a good position for SAW to be in.
No. Last round, like you're saying, have to get used to that. Sprays are coming through. I was back on the Mag 7. Honestly, not going to be the gun for this one. Same position as well. You can see him up towards A. 5-7 could do a bit of damage, but I think this round's over. We'll see a 6-6 scoreline going through to the next one, which is pretty interesting. But it's not over yet. ewjerkz could pull off some deagle shots here. It's a lot to ask, especially with the fact that the bomb is bouncing down. Never mind. He is dropped. Arrows, Mag 7, 1v5.
On the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, it's not a gun you use on long range, and he has to take long range angles on here. And he's got a USB in his pocket. I think he's not just happy to see us coming down the corner. He makes a single step, and that's more than enough for Morales to react. Gets the kill, and that's the first half. We're going to be going into the second half. It's going to be a 7-5, not 6-6. I was wrong. We're going to a quick break, and we'll be back with the second half very shortly.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
All right, there we go. Headshot right off the bat. bnox down to 3 HP. That is not a good look. Arrows with a kill. Lally with the trade-off. You know, pistol round's going to pistol. Wally's going to have to try and snap off a little bit more, and that's exactly what's going to happen into his third kill of the round. Now, Roman, last one left alive. The bomb's not there. This is going to be a terrible start of the second half. They needed to win this to get at least the equalizer on the board. Well, friend is going to snap his head off.
Yeah, I mean, 5 rounds is definitely recoverable. Pistol would have been the ideal kickoff. But, wow, Bialy in mid. Phenomenal. getting 3 consecutive kills there. And like a lot of those shots were missing. It was a very interesting little anime battle going on there, but he came out on top of it. And love that. Bomb plant completely denied. No cash for sAw. They're going to be running into a full force here from Pompa. A lot of firepower to work with. And sAw staring down the barrel of 4-round deficit.
Yeah, I'm not liking this for sAw. Although obviously T's have got a decent chance to be able to play catch up with the economy. Not getting that bomb down is a massive disadvantage. Krenz missing a lot of shots though. Eventually connects with Roman, but the bomb should go down. But bnox collects. A bit of a check. Bomb does go down in the end, but this is just going to be a fairly easy recovery. Need to wipe out a couple of these players. Oh, team kill. So that's actually 2 players going down, Sam. So that means the bonus round isn't going to extend for 2 of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be a pretty hefty reinvest for 2 more players to have to buy into this. Not ideal, but you get the round win. And I think at the end of the day, no matter what, you're happy with that. And you want to try and extend that as much as possible. However, realizing that bro, arrows, honestly, every gun in the game, he's going to cycle through it at some point. It's just something new. Now it's the Krieg, like, sure, I guess. But still.
It's better than the AUG in a lot of ways. But it's just not a gun you really... You don't... That's probably one of the least guns you'd sort of expect. Especially the fact that, obviously, CS2, you're picking a lineup of guns. So he's got that specifically picked and has another gun unselected. Like, who knows? Interesting. Probably doesn't have a scout as an option, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think that would make sense for him.
No. AWP he would. I think every player will. So they can buy the alt player in an AWP. Roman mulling himself off here a little bit too early, but that nade, fortunately missing its mark, went a little bit too far. Instead, Blitz is going to have a good amount of information to just lob his own nade back. Oh my god, Story connects the shots. They sent flying. Story can't quite match that spray though onto that player. He does back off, realizing that his player in front of him should take the shots. Morale's going down. Some multiple players already dropped in the side of Pompa. First buy round looking pretty good, but limited utility here, Sam, for the side of sAw. They've only got 3 smokes now.
And they're still angling towards that B site. There's a little bit of a roam over towards mid, looking to see if they can catch someone on the rotation.
Oh, there's the Famas. Not gonna lie, love seeing that in CS2. Peeking on in, though. MUTiRiS going to be going in for the spray of the AK. He connects one, but not the next. And bnox from the side angles, teaming up with Friend, just deleting these players off the server. Oh my god, the Krieg coming through. bnox, he's got so little HP. All it takes is 1 shot. Anything. He goes in for the bomb plant, but he hasn't got enough time. It was so close. That spray. Oh, and he dies as well after time, Sam. My heart breaks for him, but you know what? Pompa, what a play.
That 4 HP, bro. I think Arrows is so depressed by that one. I mean, you see him take that aggressive push, running in. He knows it's do or die. He's got to get it done. Gets that first kill. Cannot get the spray to connect meaningfully onto that last player. Picks up the bomb, and as you said, not enough time to actually get that plant. Heartbreak, it feels like. But yeah, Pompa going to be feeling super confident after that one. And finally, we're actually getting a timeout here. It's taken a minute for sAw to take one of these. At 10-5. Would be nice to have maybe seen one a little bit earlier. Because, of course, now they're going to have to... Not full eco. You can see there's a Mac 10 in there for a little bit of extra firepower. A little bit of extra, burst potential. But Pompa are still on their full buy here. They're comfortable. Okay, losing a round would put them in a really tight spot economically, and I think that's what sAw are kind of banking on. But to try to make that happen with such a low buy is going to be very difficult.
I wish we had retakes for this. That would have been absolutely brilliant to replay. So painful for sAw. Especially Rose, who honestly has been doing really well. I've been enjoying watching him play. ewjerkz too, the Tech 9 coming through. They're doing what you love best, and they're actually playing hard and fast with these Tech 9s. Morale's going to be able to delete 3 players off with that A4. Now, Blitz. He's just standing. Let's see how high he can stand. He can potentially hear a play over towards B. I'm not sure how much noise there was sort of made over that direction. So Blitz hasn't got the full information, full picture. He could definitely catch a play off here. Araz, found a player, gets the kill. They don't even need to get the bomb down. And they pick up a couple of weapons.
ewjerkz gets 4 kills with the Tech 9. Not the Mac 10. The Tech 9 gets the 4 kills in that round. Unbelievable. And so many of those were actually at range. Okay, I'm sure the Mac 10 helped with, you know, doing some of the damage, and then the Tech 9 is what does the finish off. Fair enough. But wow! Unbelievable round from sAw. They had absolutely no right winning that one. It felt like a little bit of a misplay from Pompa, a little bit of an overconfidence, knowing that it was an anti-eco, and now they're in a tight spot themselves.
Honestly, this is so weird to see. Obviously, you're trying to get used to how these rounds are going to be working and coming in for CS2. It's going to take a while to get used to on the predictions. I've been so used to running, obviously, the MR15 for so long that I could easily make predictions on each one of the games played, but this is just out there. Especially with the back and forth nature here. sAw obviously on the back foot, Sam, but if they can win this round cleanly, they'll have a decent amount of economy to build on. Pompa aren't that far away from a win themselves, though. Over towards A they go. It's going to be Bialy up close and personal. 5-7. Not the best position for it, but he should be able to connect the shot. But Story is able to just swing on through, hits the headshot. This should be the round, but I'm not going to count these pistols out. Plus the MP9. But the post-round setup, yeah, there you go. Smart choice. They've decided to call a save. With the economy and the way it is, they can't afford to just take the risk.
It's a good take from sAw. And a bit surprising from Pompa. So obviously you don't want to over-rotate or over-commit to anything. But it was one of the few times, I think it might have been the only time, where we saw a lot of util from sAw over towards Donut. And it's getting spotted. Bialy can see it. He can see that there's a bit of presence, a bit of noise being made. Nobody wants to rotate. Eventually, bnox starts making a little bit of a rotate over. But by the time they catch Wise, it's way too late. sAw have overrun the site. They've got the bomb down. And any sort of a retake with the economy that they have is nigh impossible. Even if they had made it work, I don't think it would have been necessarily worth it, because they would have lost so much in the attempt. So sAw get themselves a 7th round. And I must say, I'm really impressed with Pompa. I mean, we came into this thinking that sAw were going to blitz through this a little bit. But on the contrary, Pompa have really put up a decent fight. Unfortunately, in this round, after forcing into that last one, I was saying you don't really see many half-buys in CS2 because you don't want to double eco. And this is exactly why. Now into this round, they can't really spend anything if they want to have guns into the next. Thankfully, they've got a little bit of leeway with rounds, though. So not too stressed just yet.
What is stressed is the fact that, well, stress in for Pompa is the fact that obviously the economy on sAw, they're now going to be able to buy for obviously the next round, which means a lot for them. They're going to have to first make it through this round, and honestly, with these pistols, they can do a lot of damage. Swinging around Morales, he drops, that's the MP9 out of play. This might just be a save very soon if they're not careful across the way. Find a lot of damage, but he's going to be heavily tagged. He's only got the P2000, so he can play as risky as he wants. These players are going to get deleted off the server. They run away. The scout is going to be towards CT. You have to be careful versus that gun. Easy headshots can come through, or at least tags and followed up by a backstab and blitz. It would have been a terrible mix, but there's a player holding up the rear. That's going to be ours with the A4. Blitz doing a smart decision here. He's actually not going to be playing aggressive, just waiting for someone to come to him. Which may well happen. We'll have to wait and see, actually, because they decided not to go through caves. So this is a really good call from sAw. You can see the communications there, Sam. They've like, okay, we've not fully cleared that position, so make sure if you're going to fall back, be careful.
Timing on that one. Blitz might actually have been able to catch one there. But,
at that distance, though, even a headshot, yeah, you're not doing much.
Yeah, I suppose. Would have been nice, though. Actually, for a second, I thought he had a deagle, and then I realized, nope, not a deagle. Sadly not. Another round for sAw, clawing their way back into this, but Pompa are going to be able to invest here. But now they're doing what sAw did a little bit earlier on, not to the same degree. So they've bought into the AWP, they've sacrificed quite a bit of utility for it. There's still a decent amount of util, so it definitely can be worked, but they are going to have to, they're either going to have to be hyper aggressive, or they're going to have to play somewhat passive. And it's going to be difficult to get the results they want.
Nades coming through, but Roman's only tagged down by 16 HP. It's not the end of the world. Obviously, versus the A4s and stuff, that is obviously going to be a little bit more detrimental, but not end of the world. This is what I like to see. They're actually going to be playing over towards A. There's an AWP in the hands of Friend, but it's nowhere to be seen over towards this side. Instead, it's going to be a rifle, but it's in the hands of bnox, who delivers a kill. He does end up going down, and so does bnox in towards this position. This has to be a save.
Yeah.
Right away.
And Roman's in such a good position. If anybody, you know, rotated around, he'd catch them instantly. And it might even just happen.
They know it's here, though.
I mean, there's definitely a suspicion. Otherwise, they wouldn't be that slow to react or slow to move.
He killed Morales in the cave system there. Oh, he's playing super aggressive. It's going to be Friend with the AWP. Does get the kill, but now this confirms where this last player is at. Smart, though. Friend's going to be backing away. He wants nothing to do with this. This is a player who has played quite a bit with multiple of these players in the past. Confirmation if he's a standard for Han, or maybe a replacement. We'll have to wait and see. He finds one, but the trade comes through. The damage is done. They go into the next round with very little, Sam.
And that was almost a 3-stack save, which would have been phenomenal. But unfortunately, players just end up falling. I think that knowing that Roman was in that position, even so obviously he gets that first early kill. Maybe he rotated off. Maybe he's still there. You're not 100% sure. There's a suspicion. Why do you push that when you're trying to save? When you need to hold on to weapons? Don't ego those rounds. Feeling a little overconfident in that one. Back down onto pistols now, and saw one round away from evening out the scoreline.
So close. Oh, pistol from bnox does a lot of damage, but not going to be the kill. No dice. 9, 10. Pretty good. The Krieg on a roll isn't going to fail him. That's what you get for now in an AK, I guess.
Yeah.
They now have to make sure they chuck away these guns. Expensive gun to chuck away as well. Not as expensive as it used to be. It used to be quite a bit more. Blitz and Friend, last two left alive here, Sam. I don't really know what they can do here. If they can find some kind of gun, but to do that, they're going to have to find a kill. So it's going to be risky.
Yeah, I think it's all about exits at this point, and that's not going to be any easy ask.
No. I mean, $300 investment from Friend into this round. It's not the end of the world if he dies. It's probably more worthwhile just going in for the risk. Which he is going to be meeting heads on with. Fortunately, missed the headshot.
Solid round from sAw again. Seeing some good map control. Nice aggression. Some well-placed utility to give them the space they need to move in. And Pompa, well, it's difficult enough, apparently, to retake even with guns. But, you know, with just pistols, it's really a tough ask. Now, this could be one of the last times, or the last opportunities to really give themselves an advantage, bring themselves back into contention here. They need a round.
Yeah. They damn well do. Pompa, this is their map pick as well, if you're just joining us. Pompa picked into this one. They did very well on their T side, but when it switched over, sAw have been looking very dominant for the last couple of rounds. Talking of which, MUTiRiS going to be able to find one. The trade comes through. bnox knocks a player down. What's the damage done to ewjerkz? He stays alive, though, and he's going to be pushing straight towards the red room. Now over towards CT. Might catch a player on rotation. He hears them. He's now just going to wait. Play a little bit more patiently. Maybe taking a forward foot in position that would have been the smarter play, but he didn't want to risk it. bnox going to be walking out. This is a player who faced him earlier on. Catches him off guard, gets the shots, and that's what I mean. He just didn't have the angle. You have to hold that forward position. Rouse goes down. Molly over towards that CT position. Here's a player, goes over the peak, but instead Rouse steals away the kill. Spray through the smoke, does a lot of damage. Quite a kill. Molly does, sorry, a nade does come through, but doesn't completely remove that smoke. Arroz turns around just in time to see friend. He's heavily tagged. Nade bounces back, doesn't deal the killing blow, and that is going to be round.
Oh, Arroz surviving by the skin of his teeth there. Very nearly gets taken out. I find it very interesting that he keeps buying into this Krieg. I had thought that maybe it was like a save cash kind of buy, but this seems to be weapon of choice. And to be fair, I mean, he did some decent work with the org in the first half, but... Ooh.
Talking of Arroz.
Getting caught scoped in. What can you do? 11 rounds here for sAw. 1 round away from map point. Remember, folks, this is CS2. For those that are confused, I did see some people in the chat seeming a little bit confused. We are on CS2. It is MR12, which means that sAw only need 13 rounds to win this map. They're already up to 11. 1 more puts them on map point. And Pompa, this could very well be their last buy if they lose this round. And it's not a... Okay, it looks like they're going to go for a half buy here. Try and keep some cash for the next round. Definitely the right call to make.
I think one of the reasons why I might be buying it is because, I mean, the AK spray, it's a little bit scuffed in some ways. And obviously the Krieg, it's, you know, it's not too far different from CSGO. So maybe he's just feeling a little bit more comfortable using that, which, you know, fair enough, but you're going to have to adapt to using the AK soon enough. He peeks on in towards this donut position. Player's going to be backing off. 16 bullets, going away for the taps. Oh, player pushes through the smoke on towards the triple, and bnox is allowed a kill, but Arroz finally gets a kill, but doesn't quite realize there's a second player at the boxes until it's a little bit too late. Maybe not. Maybe he's going to find it, but the game crashes, and we're back to the home screen here on Windows. So we'll be coming back to our cameras here, I imagine, and we'll catch up with what is going on in game. And, you know, these things happen where, you know, on a new game, new engine even, so sometimes these crashes will happen on GoTV. So, you know, just give us some patience. We should have an update on the score very shortly, and see if it's over yet, or if we'll be able to jump back into it.
Yeah, I think that there's a decent chance for overtime, depending on what happens in the next round. This should very much be a sAw round win, which will put us on 12-10. If Pompa can pull the next round through, maybe they can take us over into that OT. But let's face it, more than likely, sAw are going to run away with these last couple of rounds. They've looked very, very good. We've seen some solid executes from them. And we're going to be jumping back into the game here. And, oh, well, there you go. Series point. They did, in fact, win the last round. Pompa going to spend their last few dimes into this one and see if they can survive to live another day.
Yeah, and you can see they've already given up position over towards A. They're just like, nah, screw it. We're going to go for this B position. We want to play aggressive, go in for this. It's not quite working, though, because the counter mollies, counter utility is doing a lot of work here. You know what? Arrow's like, hang on a minute. That is a lot of utility being used. Maybe I should go over towards A main. He's holding this position at least. And this is actually where it's a really good position for the Krieg. Scope on that sort of long position. Pretty good. Meanwhile, Blitz, he gets taken down, but the trade does come through. Sneaking around the corner, loses the duel, hits the shot, but not the killing blow. This is a good turnaround here for Pompa. They're in a favorable position, but at the moment they've lost control of the information, but they have managed to split up sAw. He's going fishing. He's been spotted and misses the taps. Hits a kneecap on Viali, but it's not going to be enough. Rouse with 18 HP. This is looking more and more like overtime. You predicted it as a potential. Could really come through to fruition, especially if that kill just goes down. Story. I mean, with 35 seconds on the clock and 4 players left remaining, he kind of just has to stay alive. They've got enough money in the bank, actually, so, you know what? No, never mind. I was going to say he goes for this anyway, but it didn't really have the legs on it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they're still going to be relatively comfortable knowing that they've got cash. So not too upset with how that round went. Obviously, they want to win it. They want to close it out. They want to take it home. Fair enough. It was a bit of a weird round from them as well. Like, we saw all of that util coming out. So, okay, we got a little bit of an exploratory mission happening. But there wasn't that decisiveness that we've seen from sAw. And again, I think a lot of that comes down to Pompa using so much of that util to stall them out and slow them down. And that was what was needed. But again, it's all that presence over towards B every single round. It's just a heavy B stack. A site might be the way, and not just sending one person on an exploratory mission to get a kill and then lurk around and backstab, but actually commit to the A site. Normally there's only one player there, maybe one towards mid, or two towards mid, and then the rest over towards B. If you could actually get in onto the site and get that first kill, it could be so difficult for Pompa to retake. That might just be the way in for sAw here, but for Pompa, I mean, they need to be a little bit more in control of the map. That last round was really good. It was something that we needed to see from them. A lot of stall tactics, a lot of utility laid down. We need to see that again.
They had a nice amount of confidence on them, which is something we'd been missing for quite a while. We'll see if we can see that again. It's going to be a push over towards this A site. What they're not going to expect is actually a presence from bnox behind them. He's going to be peeking out, finds a double kill. That is huge. But meanwhile, ewjerkz, he takes down another one by Ali with a trade. This is just back and forth. 2v2. 11 HP on bnox, but he's picked up an AWP. Oh, Blitz goes down. This could be the end. 11 HP, 1v2. This is their map, Sam. He has to push in, and keep in mind, obviously, with AWP, you're going to have to scope in and make a bit of a sound. This is not the position you want to be in. He's being spotted. This has to be round. The name comes out, goes with the peak. Smoke being delivered. 3 bullets left in the mag for this AWP. MUTiRiS has been able to drop on behind him. bnox, he doesn't even realize how badly he's lost this one. But he gets the no-scope. He colors me wrong. The nade comes out. It drops in. That takes Roman all the way down to 30 HP. All it takes is a couple of bullets though from this player. All he has to do is spray through the wall. How does he not go for it? Does he not hear it thanks to the nade explosion? That is so big, so wild. And bnox, 1v2 clutch, Sam. Absolutely nuts on this front. We're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back with the first overtime very shortly. Or are we not going to overtime? We're going straight into the overtime.
Yeah, we'll go straight to overtime. Yeah, I usually do. Yeah, I'm a little speechless after that one. I'll be perfectly honest. Don't know how we did that, but fair play. We actually did go into overtime. When I predicted it a few rounds back, I wasn't sure I believed it myself, but well done. See if Pompa can keep that going. Maybe, just maybe, they can eke out their map.
Yeah, I think I was just in a bit of disbelief there. The fact that bnox was able to do that 11 HP, that turnaround, no scope. Beautiful. First kill as well goes in. It's going to be Roman going down. Blitz unable to sustain the damage, or else hits the headshot. MUTiRiS playing aggressive here. I enjoy this. Now they can really cut off these two sites. He does back away, but what he's done is he's created that level of uncertainty in those players. Now, if you're the oppositions, if you're Pompa, you want to play a bit of a fast and loose on this front. If you're not really sure where the opposition has gone, the utility's been used, nade goes out. Now they should have a better idea. Oh, pushing straight in towards mid. Are they going to catch them off guard? It's going to be bnox. He peeks out, but he gets headshot. ewjerkz reacts in time, but morale's going to be pushing from the rear. That's going to be another kill as well. They should have this on lock. MUTiRiS is going to be able to jump across without taking any damage, but he has to hold up his position. Peeks on in. Wants to kill morale's, but he knows. But Bialy's going to be here as well. Goes in for the peek, but his teammate's going to have to take the kill instead. It's going to be Story left in a 1v2. Instantly gets that kill on Bialy. The bomb. It is planted decently well for them, but Friend has got a smoke alongside the Molotov. Molly goes down. The touch comes through. Story's playing off on this. He goes for the shot of a friend. It's too fast to react.
Story getting a little impatient there, it felt like. Starts pushing out. Here's the tap. And just, yeah, pushes out very aggressively and Friend faked it, waiting for that moment, waiting for him to push through the smoke. Connects the shot. And Pompa will take the first round of OT. And this has been a pretty impressive CT side. It was a slow side to activate for them. But they're definitely starting to look a little bit better off. Obviously, winning out the half did wonders for them. Really gave them a solid opportunity to springboard here. If it had been 6-6, probably sAw wins the map, right? So just that one extra round makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, and obviously we are just joining us. I mean, Pompa is so dominant at story as he runs across, flicks on in, sends Morales packing, tells him to get out of his cave. But if you are just joining us, Pompa, we're looking so dominant on their T side. It's nice to see them coming alive here. Blitz, he's caught his pants down, but so is ewjerkz. They both had, well, gun switches coming through. So they both are able to walk away from that situation alive. ewjerkz going towards ramp. Catch play off guard. The Ali playing a little bit too aggressive there with no backup, no information. No flashes. Now bnox up close. His teammate goes down. They're not going to expect him at all, so he's going to be able to find a single kill, but the smoke, it blooms at the worst time possible for him. Our friend once again left in a clutch situation, but this time it's going to be a 1v4. He mollies the... Sorry, he nades the smoke, which actually leaves him a little bit more vulnerable. Turns around, misses the shot. ewjerkz gets the kill. Back and forth we go, Sam.
Round and round we go. Where we stop, ain't nobody know. Must be said, bnox has been on point here. He's actually top in the server at the moment. He's had such a good game. But we do have a couple of players that have struggled a little bit to find footing. Thankfully, it has been a case of most players really pulling their own weight and doing very well here. Now that we're in overtime, that becomes even more important. We cannot afford to make any of those mistakes.
I think we saw ewjerkz on this map as one of his debut maps as well. And he didn't do too good on it. So it's nice to see him coming through and performing. Arrows too. Let's see how Blitz can do on this one. It's getting down near this ramp position. Flash comes out the worst time possible for him. He's still alive, still playing aggressive. Needs a flash from his teammate. That is going to be coming through. He should be able to find a couple of kills here. They've got his back turned to him, but it doesn't matter. He goes down. Nade is going to be flying through, delivering a lot of damage as well. They know where this opposition is. Somehow they've managed to stay alive throughout this position. Morales is able to back off after finding one kill. He's going to be so low here, Sam. They've dedicated so many resources over towards this B site. They've only got one over towards A. It's going to be friend with the AWP. Arrows is already snuck on past. He now knows where the AWP player is. Oh my god, bnox holds the gun up to Roman. MUTiRiS had his back. And this is round over unless Morales can pull a 1v3 out of his pocket. Gets a lot of damage in. Flash comes through. He chases it up. He's not afraid. He's heading towards A main. Spots the player up, but MUTiRiS gets the kill. And that's the first half of the first overtime. Let's see how the second half looks.
Oh, first to 16, Tom. It's feeling a little like go, innit?
Yeah, they were like, what do you mean? What do you mean first to 12? It's first to 16.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? They knew that it was your first CS2 car, so they wanted to ease you into it, you know? Make sure that it felt comfortable.
Just confused the hell out of me, yeah.
Pompa on the T side now, though. I mean, they had a really good T side. If sAw can't stem the tide, this could be absolutely devastating for them.
It's been a good map to watch, though. Both teams had some decent success across the board. ewjerkz, he's playing super aggressive here, down and towards this position. Sprays, hits a player, but it's a headshot. And Molly's going to be burning him alive. The headshot's found, though, from ours onto two of the players. It's going to be big. The orb coming through. Roman with the A1. They're just tearing this team apart. Pompa, they dominated on their T side before overtime, and now sAw just having none of it. They've read them like a book in this round. bnox going to be pushing up. Aggressive is going to be arrows, though. The flick, you ask. We ask even why he used the AUG, and that is exactly why. 3 kills in that round with the AUG, all headshots, Sam.
AUG better than Krieg, confirmed. Or maybe it's just a CT thing, I don't know.
I think
but he
CT
seems
thing,
to be...
yeah.
He's almost on a 2.0 KD. 29 and 15. He is having a fantastic game.
Tasty game, yeah.
Yeah. Love that. Series point here. I say series point. No, I read the thing and that was silly. Map point for sAw. Taking this one could be, you know, well, it would be taking their opponent's map and taking us over onto their own pick.
bnox playing super aggressive here. Flash going to be coming through, blinding him completely. Same with his teammates. ewjerkz is going to be able to find 2 kills. bnox on the other side. Let's play in what obnoxious position, but he still managed to find a kill, but it doesn't matter. Chaos reigns supreme. GG, well played. sAw take Pompa's map pick on Ancient, showing them who's boss. What a game. What a end to it as well. Any thoughts there, Sam?
That last round was hilarious. That sAw player getting